Hey everybody, I'm Lee with Equine. I hope you're having a great day. Today we're working on a really nice cutting horse, and he stopped working as good as he should, and the vet can't really find anything wrong with him, and he said he's sore in his heels. So to me, that's nothing to be real concerned about, because when they're using them really hard, that can happen. So my move for that is a heartbar shoe with frog pressure and floating the heels. So ultimately we want the pressure on the frog and the heels unsupported at all, so that they can heel up. A lot like putting your arm in a cast, you know, mobilizing it so you can heel quickly. I like the Equilibrium bar shoe by Mustad. We're gonna put some dental impression material underneath it to make sure we get adequate frog pressure. I absolutely love these shoes, and they are shaped absolutely perfectly. The problem is this horse's foot is far from perfect. So we're gonna have to do a lot of shaping and modifying to get this to fit. And as you can see right here, there's a lot of shoe to come in. So I think that's one of the most difficult things, is shaping a heart bar. So I'm gonna show you how to do that. Using a forge, it makes it a lot easier. Just make sure you keep turning it around and don't leave it in there very long. Somewhere around a minute, just as long as your forge isn't too hot. And you check it with the wood of your hammer right there, and if it leaves a black mark, it's ready. This shoe's a little cold, but I'd rather have it too cold than too hot, because you will ruin the shoe. So when you want to bring in the heels of a heart bar, just hang it over the horn and you beat the other heel down to it. I'm showing you both versions right here, and it just squeezes it together. We use a lot of heart bars in our business, and they are awesome. You can do a lot of things with them. They're pretty much like a prosthetic limb, really. Whatever's hurting the horse, you just unload it, and the heart bar becomes how the foot needs. So right here, you can see the cold shunts where I had it over the horn. You need to make sure you get those flat, because if you get uneven pressure on the frog, that's very bad, because everything that's important in the horse is pretty much under the frog. Right here, you can see the frog plate is off center. All you have to do is put it on the tip of the horn and beat that heel down, and it won't change the shoe. It'll just move your frog plate over. How the frog plate fits is very, very important in a heart bar. Just like any great tool in the world, if it's got the ability to really help something, if you do it wrong, it's probably got the ability to really hurt something. So just make sure that you know what you're doing when you use it. And when we're checking our fit, it's very important. I'm pretty close, except for my medial side is straighter on the horse than it is on my shoe. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over the anvil and I'm going to tip my shoe on its side, but watch the bottom of the shoe where that's on the anvil. It's at the very heel. So it doesn't change my lateral, but only my medial. All right, so I'm pretty satisfied with the fit. Looks pretty good. Now I'm going to show you my method for marking it to grind. It just kind of takes the guesswork out. Just mark it with the marker, put the shoe where you want, and slide the marker all the way around the shoe. That takes a lot of the guesswork out, so now we can go over to the grinder and know exactly where everything is. We're just touching it up so that everything that we do is intentional, and the black line is simply just a guideline. So if you want more shoe in certain areas, you have that option. This just takes a lot of the guesswork out of it. If you look at this horse, you can tell that he does not like the heel, the pressure on the heels here. So I've got it trimmed flat. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna float these heels, and all that is just rasping the heel back. I think it's very important though to make sure that you get it nice and flat first, because after that, once you get the heels, it's real hard to know if he's flat or not. So you can tell how he drops back right here, and it should be flat from here forward. I'm going to take just a hair more off. Mix up our dental impression material and check our fit. On these heart bars, you got to make sure that your frog pressure does not get up here at the tip of the frog, or you can cut the circulation off to the foot. So you want to make sure that we're back far enough, and then our shoe fits just like a normal shoe would. Only thing different is there's not going to be any heel pressure. What that does is that just gives us even pressure across the frog. The worst thing you could do is have a sharp pain. It'd be like having a rock in your boot that you can't take off. One of the most important things you can do when you're dealing with dental impression material is get the foot down so they can smash the impression material down, because if not, you will create a hard spot if you let it set up. Set it down, let him stand on it. Look at him. That's how we know we're winning, right there. That's awesome. So we like to let him stand on it for a little bit to make sure that his own weight smashes it down and spreads it out. There shouldn't be any high points in it. I'm a big fan of these Capewell Slim. On a situation like this, they fit in the shoe really well, but with a horse that's got thin walls like this, it's not going to be very invasive. You might be wondering why there's 2 marks on this side and 1 on that side. Normally you just mark the lateral side once, but when you mark the wrong side, then we mark the outside twice. See, there's a little gap right there, just the way we want it. I think one of my favorite parts about this whole video is that you got to see the horse lick his lips. You could tell he was a lot more happy after we shot him. The trainer said he feels absolutely amazing. Getting to help a horse that's hurting, to me, is the ultimate goal in any of our farrier businesses. So I hope everybody stays safe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and you have a great day, and God bless America.